I'm back again. Because I didn't finish the story. And I can't leave it untold. Because you need to know in case it happens to you. Because see, God's got me out here amongst the beasts, amongst the lions, tigers, and bears and snakes, oh my. And each and every one is coming across my path, and it's hindering me. It's a roadblock. Everyone is a roadblock in my path. Everyone is a roadblock in your path. But you think you're living the dream by having sex, making babies, and on welfare. Or working and on child support, or whatever the case may be. So, anyway, we're not living right. We're all going about our own way. We're not going about it the right way. I've known this since I was little. But how could I go the right way when nobody else is going the right way? And I have to use the system to be able to even just survive. And it's not even enough for me to survive. My daddy killed me at conception because of his perception, because of him being with the wrong kind of perception, the wrong eyesight, the wrong understanding, no understanding. The same with Mummy. Mummy was the same. They were both made for each other. I don't know why they didn't end up together, but it would have been another Richie situation. She ended up with a Richie, which was just like my daddy, no different. Both the same idiots. Both the same kind of people. They smoked, they drank, they drugged, they sexed, they partied, they fucked, they sucked, they dicked, they licked, and they were nobodies. Richie fell off, but he got away with living for 69 years. 35 of those years he lived off of my mummy and me and my sister's welfare. And then he lived off of, him and my mummy lived off of their son's welfare. So they used the children to live off of them. Because the government feels bad for the children. But, so they came up with the welfare system. But it was supposed to be only for single women or widows from the war, or from whatever reason that they lost their husband or their boyfriend or their child's father or mother or whatever. So, but that was taken out of context. That was distorted and twisted, and people deceived and betrayed and lied to the system, saying, oh, they don't know who the child's father is. They were taken advantage of. They were this. You know what, government? You know what you should do? Make them file a report. Get the DNA. Have them seek out the duddies that are getting them pregnant. Put a smackdown on that. You got to block everybody from what they're doing wrong. Just like you did to me. You didn't let me get away with doing what I did, and I didn't even do it on purpose or intentionally. I didn't steal, kill, and destroy from anybody. Y'all stole, killed, and destroyed from me. And then you blocked me from being able to live my life. And you made me have to be forced to do the wrong thing. Go fuck yourselves. I can't wait for war. I can't wait. I'm trying to relax and get rid of my headache. I'm not going to sit here and talk to God when he already knows what he put me through. I don't need to sit here and tell him what he did to me when he already knows what he did to me. But what he did to me. He doesn't know why he did to me what he did to me. And he doesn't know the lessons it taught me that he didn't learn from what he did to me that was wrong. So I'm on Facebook to tell the world and God. So I killed two birds with one stone. Oh, my head and my eyes. So let me go back to my morning. When I woke up it was maybe just before 10 o'clock. Let's put it that way. Because I stayed in the car. I didn't wake up right away. I woke up and then I fell back to sleep, and then I was awakened again by God, or aka the devil, making somebody make a loud noise either from the car or the carriage, or there was something that woke me up. And I stayed awake at that point because I really didn't want to wake up. See, if I let this kill me, or if I kill myself, you know what happens? The world's going to continue to suffer. Because all the work that God did in me and through me, or in me, that he wants me to do, that he wants to do through me, I'm not going to say shit. I'm going to see ya, don't want to be ya. Because I can't stand any of ya. Because you're all one and the same. You're all one and the same devil. Just different devil's works. But it all ends to the same way. It all ends the same way. It all ends to the same place. So I gotta hurry up and get out of here because it's getting dark. It's getting late. It's 2 o'clock. 1:57. And the devil's gonna start bringing people to fuck with me. And I gotta get my shit. I gotta wash my dishes. And I've got to get some ice and heat up my tea. And then I'm going to use my lemon to drink my tea, because it's going to go bad if I don't drink it now. So I got to start over again from this water that I just put in it yesterday and what was in it before. I got to drink that up today. And then I got to start over with a fresh cup of water. Oh. I don't know if my wisdom tooth is growing in some more, because it's all sore back here. Because they're not in all the way, only part of the tooth. So I think they're growing in again because it's all sore and painful. And then I bit it, so it's even more sore. I like the skin. Oh, it hurts. So, Lindsay, huh? So, oh, and I gotta go to Dollar Tree. I gotta get one more thing. Because I want to grow strawberries. I'm gonna grow some strawberries. So I gotta do that. And then I need some. I knew there was something else I wanted to check in Walmart. I wanted to see if their potting soil was different. If they had a smaller bag. But then again, I could use it to grow more stuff. I don't know how long it's going to take for the strawberries to grow, and how many grow at once, or however, but I have a couple of flower pots. Yeah, I'll do that. So anyway, furthermore, let me start where I left off at again, from part 1, about the lies, deceit, and betrayal. Okay? How God is using me He's putting me through hell. He's making me go through hell, but not letting me get out. Okay? And he's trying to give me a false hope that I'm going to get out. No. There is no getting out of hell except through death. And then you got to start all over again in a new body. That's called eternal. Eternal. Your soul goes on into eternal hell. Because when we die, our souls go back to the owner of our souls. And he'll get to see what we did and what we didn't do, and if we completed or didn't complete our tasks. And 99.99999% of us, no. So our souls are gonna be put back into another body. And we're gonna start over. And then that person will have to go through their test. And it's all about saving the soul. But everybody keeps failing generation after generation after generation because hell is only getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And it's about to get real hot because God is about to rebuke everybody. And then it's going to be harder to live because there's going to be no resources like there is now. And we're going to have to start from scratch. And it might not be, he may knock Florida completely clean. He may just leave a few people in a certain area, or maybe a few people in every area to start over. He may knock it down a lot. Many people, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, hundreds of millions may lose their lives. It depends on how angry God gets and what he wants to do, because not what he wants to do, but what he has to do to save his kingdom. And it's getting to the point where it's going to burst. And it's not going to be a pretty sight. It's not going to be a pretty picture. It's not going to be a happy ending for many. So, when I woke up this morning inside my car, inside Walmart parking lot, I woke up. I couldn't go live because my phone was dead. I had my other phone, but I didn't use it because I forgot I was in the Walmart parking lot. But I didn't plan on staying in the Walmart parking lot last night. Because I wanted to take a shower this morning and go to church. But I didn't feel good last night. My skin was hurting. I had a headache. I was thirsty. I was dehydrated. I had to go to the bathroom. You know, I'm to the point where I don't give a shit about any one of you no more. I haven't for a very long time. Because no one cared about me. They only did what God told them to do, just so that they could get the benefits by doing what God said. So when God sent Joe to be a helper to me, because Joe was obedient, he got blessed. But he wasn't really being obedient because God sent him to help me, and it made me have to give up my virginity. I had already given up my virginity to Diego, but then I had to give myself to Joe again because he helped me, and I had no money to pay him back until a year later when I got hired at Cablevision, and I never paid him back. But he was living with me rent-free. He took showers. And the more I talk about this, the more angry I get about my daddy and my mommy and the church for making me have to suffer for their stupidity, for their ignorance, their foolishness. That's what I gotta title the other one. I gotta add the stupidity, the ignorance, and the foolishness to that. So, I've had to suffer for all of your stupidity, ignorance, and foolishness from generations upon generations ago, okay? Many of you aren't suffering because you have that home, you have them kids, you have that husband or that boyfriend or that girlfriend or wife. I don't. And I don't want a husband or a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. And I don't want no more kids. because the world destroyed it for me. The world and my family killed my dreams. My dream, not dreams, my dream. My own stalker, supposedly my one-stop possible soulmate. Go stay with Jamie. Go stay with your little bisexual bitch, okay? Fuck off. So anyway, I'm not going to have no more kids. I don't want a partner. I don't want to be fucked. I don't want to fuck. I don't want to suck. I don't want to be sucked. I don't want a dick. I don't want to be dicked. I don't want to lick, and I don't want to be licked. Do you understand? Capiche? I don't want any of that. I'm not of the flesh. I never was. I never wanted Diego. I never wanted Mano. I never wanted Jose. I never wanted Eric. I never wanted this one. I never wanted that one. Or that other black guy that, what's his name? Howard. From Park City Alternative, that they made me go to his apartment at his mom's home, and he forced me but didn't force me to do something. I had to because I didn't want to be forced to, even though I was forced to, but I had to position myself to go with the flow. So I wasn't traumatized. So that act didn't traumatize me because I was not forcefully raped at that point. Even though I was to an extent. Because I knew who was behind it. I knew my Duddy and the clan were behind it. So that made me even stay more away from people. That pushed me further away from the crowd. And that's why I had to work 3 jobs to live on my own, because I didn't want to have nobody in my life. I didn't want nobody. And when my stalker entered my life, my one-stop possible soulmate, which was the one from my spiritual vision when I was 13 to 14 years old. But when he crossed my path, when he didn't quite cross my path, he passed by me. He passed by me. We passed by each other, so we didn't cross each other's path. See, there's a difference. When you cross somebody's path, that means you block them, you stop them. That's what my Duddy and his people are doing by crossing my path, blocking me, putting obstacles and roadblocks, so I have to go on a detour, and I can't go straight and stay the straight and narrow. I got to go this way and that way, and it takes longer. Or something can go wrong during that time, then I have to go back to another road to take me back where I had to go. And waste more gas, waste more money. I got a headache, I can't do this. Anyway, because when I woke up this morning, before I completely woke up my eyes, and my phone was still on, there was still life in my battery. It may have not been much because they drained it, because last night it was like 30-40%, and I fell asleep. So all night I left my phone on, and they drained it. So when I woke up, the battery was dead again. So I couldn't use it. So now, all that time I had my car running and idling and wasting gas and oil and ruining my car equipment, okay, all the other stuff to charge my phone, that went to waste. So when I woke up, I heard the God made the phone make noise. He made it make noise, so I knew I still had the phone. But I knew that I didn't even bother picking it up because I knew it was low battery. I wasn't even going to exert my energy, that little bit of energy I had from sleeping. Okay, so anyway, I woke up, my bag of groceries was right by my arm, so I looked in it, I said, okay, and I opened up my cookies and took a couple. They were stale. Then I looked on the package. I had to seek the package to find the expiration date. And I ate about 5 cookies. And I was like, I gotta return them. I can't eat them. Because I figured, let me see if maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or just maybe. But it was all of them. So I was like, nope, I'm returning these. So I returned them. I knew I needed ice cream, so I went in to get ice cream. I returned my cookies, which were $4.78. I bought ice cream for $1.99. Came back out. I checked my oil. Before I got to check my oil, there was a customer, a black guy, a light-skinned black guy, and a white woman. And he was being a gentleman. He kind of crossed my path, but didn't. Like, he let me go first because he thought I was just going to go into the store. But I had already came out of the store. He didn't know. He thought I was just getting out of the car to go into. He didn't know that I was trying to get to the front of my car to go to my hood of my car, to lift it up to check my oil. So as he passed by, like across me, to go past my car, he was parked right there diagonal at my car. So when they got into their car, and he asked me if everything was okay and this and that, and he didn't even go, like when I told him affordable apartments posted for Sherry today. No, they're not affordable. They may be affordable, but not for me. I can't even afford a vehicle with the money I get, you dumb fuck. I mean, I can't even afford to pay my insurance for $200 a month. How the fuck am I gonna afford a $900 or $1,000 rent or $2,000 on a $900 income? Get the fuck out of here, you dumb fucks. Anyway. Oh my fucking God. See, what you did to me, I'm doing to you, because you played me all these years. While y'all played me, the enemy was gaining ground from within. Now y'all want me to save your asses, because now y'all sold my life out, and now you got the enemy, the opposition, gaining more ground. Now I gotta fight for my ground back. It's a constant battle, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But then, meanwhile, while the opposition is here, they're growing and growing and growing and multiplying and multiplying and multiplying and overtaking me. That's where you motherfucking people with your money fucked up. Money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of all stupidity. Money is all the root of foolishness. Money is the root of all ignorance. Because your money will have you doing something else, while others are doing something else. But what they're doing is they're taking more land. And yeah, we're at war, but they're doing it in a slick and smooth way. Smooth criminal. They're that slimy snake. Just like you talk about the woman and the man, well, you got the opposition coming from all around that are slithering their way in. Money will have you stupid. Money will keep you stupid, ignorant, and foolish. And all that combined is a recipe for disaster. And it ends up being a takeover, a blowout, a takeover. Why do I have to teach y'all the history that y'all were trying to teach me? You didn't even know the full and complete details. Go ahead, keep your smoking, drinking, drugging up. Daddy, go smoke yourself to death. Go drink yourself to death. Mommy, go fuck yourself. Go find yourself another Richie. Go fuck him. Oh, if there was a dick, I'd suck it. Those are my mommy's words. Yeah, fucking God. Oh, my fucking God. What a dumbass bitch. And then you got my sister following that same lifestyle. So now my sister is becoming my mummy. My mummy said, because she thought life was to please man. She's been fooled to believe that life for a woman is to suck a man's cock, to suck a man's dick. Go fuck yourselves. Go cut your own dicks off and suck them yourselves. Sorry, I'm not going to be your sucker. I don't want to be a sucker, period, to anybody. And I didn't want the child molester to suck me. I didn't want my sister to really suck me. But that's what I was being taught. That's what I was, how do I say it? My daddy was killing me off. My daddy was setting me up for failure, for disaster. My daddy was setting my sister up for disaster and failure. My daddy was setting up all my brothers for disaster, meaning the white people. So my daddy, being the fucking asshole, he was the one, he is that enemy that needs to be killed off because he's killing off all his other people. Like me, my sister, my brothers, my son. Y'all can go fuck, you can suck my herpes-infested pussy fucking nasty ass. Go fuck yourself. I ain't gonna tell you I am. So when I woke up, I didn't want to wake up. I woke my eyes up. I awoke my eyes. And that's when the devil said, oh, she's up. And they started with the phone. Then, well, first, my bad, they started with the outside, the guy outside that made a noise with the carriages or with the car door or something that woke me up. I can't remember what it was. And I woke up. Then the phone. Then my cookies. Then I got up and I said, okay, let me see what I'm going to start off with, because I said, let me go, since it's not that hot yet. It's still not noontime. I knew it was around 9, 10 o'clock because it wasn't as humid. It doesn't start getting very humid until after about 10 or about just before 10. So it still feels good about 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning. After 9 to 10 o'clock, it starts getting humid, closer to 10 o'clock. But anyway, so you could feel the change in when you're out here in the atmosphere. You could tell, when time, what time means, whatever the time is, you know what it means. Okay, so after I got up like I am now, I looked in my bag. I said, okay, I gotta look, because I had a good container of strawberries. I got a good container. I'm like, I gotta get these. And they lasted the night. So I got to them. I used one of my other little bowls, I didn't use the ones with the purple lid because they're all dirty. See, I didn't use those because they were all dirty. I had to use my other one. It was that color. The other one is, the other bowl I used is the blue color. And it was like a soup bowl where it has a ventilated lid. I got it from Dollar Tree too. So they're like soup bowls with the ventilated lid, with a little clip that opens up and you can close it to whatever. But anyway, so I used that. I rinsed it out with some water. Then I cut up my strawberries. Poured a little bit of more water. No, I didn't pour any more water because I had to eat them now. I meant to rinse them and cut them up last night, so that when I woke up this morning and had my strawberry ice cream with them, I could that I could have like my strawberry topping with the ice cream. But because it's so hot out here, the ice cream doesn't even stay ice cream. It melts almost immediately. So I can't enjoy the ice cream as I would if I was inside a home in an air-conditioned facility. And if I had frozen ice cream, by the time I got out here, the ice cream was already melted. And then it melted when I took it out and put it in the bowl with the strawberries and sugar. So I really didn't get to have a nice frozen dessert or snack for my sugar level to carry me through the day. So when I know, but if I would have bought that noodle, it would have been all peed on because the pee spilled all over that area. So I'm glad I didn't spend $1.25 on the pool noodle, and it would have been too big to put into that. Actually, no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. And I wouldn't even need that. I could just buy. It's too late now because I got to rip up the carpet out of here. Unless I get me another model car like this. If I can find me another 2010 Dodge Journey that's in decent condition and not roach infested and not all nasty and no more than 120,000 miles, or maybe the Dodge company can make me another Dodge Journey to my liking, because I like this car, but there's certain things I would change, that I would improve in it. But I don't want all this shit computer. I don't need a computer in my car. I don't need a GPS in my car. Because it only adds more to the electricity and to the electrical components and to the computer, and it takes more from the battery, and then it requires 2 batteries. I ain't got the money for all that shit. So anyway, I still haven't finished my story from the first hour I was awake. So when I woke up, I rinsed my straw. I didn't clean them. I just rinsed them for a quick minute. Then I put sugar on and ate my strawberries. That was after I checked my oil. Or no, I checked my oil after. Okay, wait a minute, I'm jumping ahead there. See, okay, so I woke up, I cut up my strawberries because I knew I was going to go in to get ice cream. So when I went in to exchange my cookies, or not to exchange them, but to return them, because they weren't even sweet. The mix, the recipe that they're using, they're taking out all the sugar. The chocolate is not sweet. So the cookies are not fulfilling their purpose for me anymore. Because, see, when I was a kid, I lived off of all that sweet candy. Because my mom never had a home long enough to feed us and to take care of us and provide for us healthy home-cooked meals. Because she was taking care of Richie with our money. And they were going out to the bars all the time and drinking it away, smoking it away. I was tired of suffering for it. And I was tired of being in the hands of the child molester. See, my mommy thought she was going to get away with this. She thought she was going to sacrifice me and my sister and my siblings so she could carry on her wayward ways with Richie. So she abused, abandoned, neglected, and rejected her children for Richie. So to my brothers, that's what your mother did. It wasn't my fault that we all had the lives we had. No. It was our mummy and your duddy. And my duddy. And my sister's duddy. Really, he wasn't to blame because my mummy is the one that fucked that up. And another kid that looked like my sister's nephew, but with long hair. But it's not him. He had darker hair than that. But anyway, I said my sister's son, my nephew. Anyway, so after that, after I came back out from buying my ice cream, and I kept the ice cream in the seat of my car, and it melted. So, see, when I went in, I bought it and left right away. But then I came out, checked my oil. The devil had a plan coming along. The guy that, when I put my pocketbook, my purse, whatever, and my ice cream in my seat, and then I grabbed the tissue to check my oil. And as I got almost to the front of my car, the guy was going to pass by. He said, no, you go. He goes, I wasn't raised like that. I was raised better. So he instead of crossing my path, he went around the car and around to his car. Okay, so he was awesome. So I edified him and he edified me. And that was the other word I was trying to think of a long time ago. Throughout this process, I remembered it again. There goes a helicopter. I hear a helicopter coming. It's close by, right over me. Yep, right there. See? Right there. He's passing right by so I can see him. See? What time is it? 2:26. 6:22. And which way is he going? Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I am tonight. Yes. Because I gotta better myself. I got 3 days. The next 3 days. The next 3 days, guys, okay? Okay. The truth shall either set me free, set you free, or get the party started, if you know what I mean. So anyway, with that said, so as he passed around me, I said, we laughed, we had our words, it was good though. And of course, we got talking about the Bible for some reason. I can't remember how it started. I can't remember every single part of the conversation, but I helped him put more pieces of the puzzle together, and he kind of just fulfilled. He didn't really. His kindness helped me, but I helped him understand more of the Word of God, to help him put the pieces that he may have not had together. He may have understood it, but not completely. He may have understood it on a worldly level, and that's what he did. He understood it. He was versed in the Bible. He knew the Bible somewhat, but he applied it to the worldly level. And that's the problem today. We're not getting the result that the Bible speaks of or against. The Bible is a bunch of warnings. Okay? But people are using it as a way of life. So there are a bunch of walking warnings of what not to be. Thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Because if you don't get the Bible correct, it's not going to work for you or your family. Because depending on your understanding, the level of your understanding, you can have a kindergarten, a first, a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. What level are you on in the Bible? To what level do you understand it? Okay? And there's two different, there's the life, there's death. Life and death. Which level are you understanding? Are you understanding the level of life or the level to death? Many of you are on the level of death. Even those that are in the good jobs that you consider or call or think that are good jobs. And you think you have it all together. No. You ain't got shit together. Because even the Walmart building, that's not even a godly thing. We got stores because of sin. Because we are working the non-conducive jobs. The jobs we're working are because of our sins. So if you think that your jobs are going to carry you through to reach your outcome and result, or you think you're going to reach the promised land, the devil's path has a promised land, and so does God. Are you going to the devil's kingdom? Their promised land is death, but you don't know that. You think that it's a quick way. You think it's an easy route to the promised land. You're fools. You're fools. Now, let me see this. See, the many people that are one-hit wonders, why are they only one-hit wonders? Because they don't want to go any further into sin. They don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of the the life that it requires to stay in that, on that path, the quick path that you think to riches. You think that you can get rich quick. Yeah, you can, but that's not the way. That's a way, but the way the way that it leads to is not the promised land that you want on this earth. It's a quick way to advance ahead right into death. So nobody is following the right way to reach the promised land in the land of the living. Nobody is. The only ones to do that are the farmers. But they're not doing it right either, because half of them, most of them, are smoking, drinking, drugging, sexing, partying, fucking, sucking, dicking, and licking, or they're on drugs, like I just said. All the money they're making is going to drugs, getting high, getting drunk, and then they lose their farms. Somebody else takes over. And you know who that is? The devil. Because the Hispanics, the white people, are all losing their farms because now God is raising up the black people, because they've fallen because of the white people or whatever. Whoever made, put it this way, like if I wasn't doing God's work, I would be a sinner, because I'd be just like all of you. I'd be a part of the problem. Just even by not even associating with you, but by not sharing my knowledge and understanding, I'm just as bad as allowing all the bad things to happen. So if I see someone smoking and drinking, and I don't go to them and speak the Bible to them to keep them away from their sin, then I failed. So the other night, I wasn't mad, but I wasn't happy either with God. Okay? Because by me having to sit there and talk to that guy for almost 2 hours, okay? And of course, he's on his path of suffering, but it's not really suffering if you're getting the message. If you're growing in your mind and heart, you're not suffering. You may be suffering in your body, but it's the soul that matters, because you're working your way to a better life in the next life. Okay? So, yes, we may suffer in this body, but do you want your soul to suffer in your next body too? Maybe even in a worse off situation? You may become a statistic, because depending on your disobedience or obedience will determine how you suffer in the next life, or throughout the rest of this life into your next life, wherever your soul may go, into whatever body. And depending on where you left off, or where you never even took part in, your soul may be cast away into a situation where you have to start from the beginning. So you have to start from the very beginning and work your way back. And hopefully you do so before you lose that life. But the amount of disobedience among humanity, we're all going to be in the same boat together. We're all soon going to sink together. And some will survive and get another chance, but not really, because now they don't get to, how do I say this? Their lives will never be the same after they had that experience. After they were on like the Titanic, or a ship that had issues, and it kind of put the scare of death into them, whether, some people it didn't do nothing to. Some people it awakened them, say, no, I don't want no part of that no more. I don't want to experience that no more. I don't want to be sick like that person. I don't want to experience that kind of death. I don't want to go that. Nope, it's not worth it. So if you see the light, if you see that warning, and you're finally paying attention to that warning, like no, I don't want to go to that light right now. I'm not ready to go to that light. I want to finish my I lost the word. I want to finish my life. Okay, but how you finish your life from that point on, with God giving you that bit of information, how is that going to change you? Are you going to let it overload you and take out your processor and your memory? Or are you going to learn by it and advance from it and grow? And help turn others around to see the better light, to see the light, so that they can avoid, because the light is like the fire. Now, yes, when we die, we may see the light and we go on into the light. And we let our souls go up to the light. Or, how we die, are we going to see, by us seeing the flames, is it going to burn us? Or are we going to learn and say, oh no, I don't want to go that route. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to end up in jail. I don't want to end up shot. I don't want to end up worse than I am. These things are meant to kind of jolt us back into alignment. It's like a shock. But if these things are not shocking you and awakening you and doing something to you to make you see the light, then you're going to fall right into these traps. And you're going to continue on your path that you think you're on, that you're trying to reach the promised land or the top of your mountain. You don't know what top of the mountain means. You don't know how to reach the top of your mountain. You don't know. There's many different meanings to it. By you doing good or trying to do good, the devil is going to have like 10 more people trying to pull you back into doing the wrong thing to take you away from reaching your goal and your the steps to your goal. Okay, that's the problem. See, and you don't understand that. You think that, okay, you are getting paid, you got this going on, you made it to this, you made it to this level, but how long will you stay at that level? Will you fall? How many levels will you fall? Will you fall hard from the level you're at to your death? Or are you going to be wise enough to know how to maintain your level and continue to rise? It all depends on your circle of people. Because them circle of people ain't going to want you to go further than them unless you take them with you. Now that's the devil's kingdom. That's the way of the devil's path. If you're with the devil and the devils have been holding you for so long, they're not going to let you get away without them. They're not going to let you escape that bucket without them. See, with my family, that's the same thing I was doing. But I wasn't trying to go. I was trying to bring them with me. But they were fighting me. They wanted to stay where they were at. They wanted to pull me down with them. They didn't want me to go. But they did because they wanted what I wanted. They wanted, what their goal was to steal my light and my destiny and my dreams. Because we all want the same thing. But for some of us, it's too late. And for my mom, it was too late because she had already did her time and made her mistakes and wasted the time in her hourglass. Okay? The time that she had to equip and establish herself, she skipped right to having the babies, having sex. She didn't equip and establish herself, so she quickly fell, and so did her children. So now when her children we're graced and given a little bit more leniency, and we're able to go further than her because God blessed us by showing us who the real problem was and who our mom really was, when she wasn't really our mom. She was really our hater or enemy, and that wicked witch that was preventing us from living. She was using us as a sacrifice so she could get another chance at doing right. So as me and my sister were sent off into the wilderness, that was her payment for her to have another child and get another chance. But she repeated the same thing over and over again because she had another child, the third child, by the same guy. She didn't learn anything being in her situations that she put herself in. But because God is God, she paid her sacrifice by using me and my sister and her other 2 kids. For 4 times. 4 children had to suffer for her to raise her last child, and then he suffered for 15 years of his life. Why? Because my mom made me suffer and my sister suffer. So she may have sold us off into the wilderness, didn't mean that her child that she had was going to skip or not suffer. Or it didn't make her continue to suffer because she didn't do anything better. She didn't get herself out of her situation and improve her situation and do the right thing. She just kept on repeating. So she got the same thing over and over again. And God kept her kind of level, but she hasn't, God is maintaining her. But her sins, her smoking, her drinking, her not eating healthy, her not eating and her drinking healthy, her not eating healthy, her not drinking healthy, her not taking care of her body healthy, is taking a toll. And the problems that she acquired in the times that she was sinning are all taking a toll on her. And that's going to be the death of her. So her kids aren't really the death of her. She's the death of herself. Because she put herself into her situation by getting pregnant at a party, smoking and drinking. See, I didn't do that. But my daddy made me repeat it against my will. Because he made my life stumble down. Because I was sold as a sacrifice. So my life I was not in control of my life. And I knew that, even though I was trying to be. I was trying to do the right thing. But because my daddy and his clan were stronger, and many more of them than me, and they blocked me from being able to do the things I wanted to do for my life, the right things. So now my daddy is making me suffer like my mom did. Even though I didn't do the same thing she did. He's doing other things by making me get into an accident, making me have to fix my car, making my insurance go up, to where it's keeping me from getting my son back. But my mom was the one that made bad choices in taking care of Richie. See, I didn't take care of a man. But God made this car be like the man in my life, sucking me dry of all my money. But in reality, the car was supposed to help me make money, so I can work and get a home for me and my son, so I could be a mom and a mother to my son. Meanwhile, the devil is chucking along in my son's life, making him draw further and further away from me, because the devil is working on me and killing me, and then it's taking me and my son farther and farther away. Because now he is on his journey and going his way, and I'm trying to remain on my journey, and I'm trying to reach him, but I can't, because every time I try, the devil pulls him further and further away. So I'm doing what I'm doing, but it's like I'm only making so much process. But my son is making more process than me because he's not being held back. So by me on my process in my path can only get so far, so long. I'm thirsty. I'm dehydrated. I got to go and get some ice so I can drink my tea to heat it up. So it's like that's what hell is. Hell is like filling you with hope, but it's false. It's making you think that you're going to reach that destination, but you never are. So the other people in this world are of the devil. They're not letting you or us reach our goals. It's a false hope. It's making us think that we're going to reach that status, that destination, but we never do. We get sidetracked, we get distracted, we get roadblocked. There's obstacles. That's all hindering us. And that's what's making us fall back. And then somebody comes in and takes our spot. It's an act. It's all show. We're all acting. We're all actors. We're all role playing. We're in the scene for a short while, and then God replaces us with somebody else and somebody else. So He's got us thinking we're gonna make it to make the promised land, or to reach our goals, or whatever the other word I said. But anyway, so you got that, right? Okay, so now I can finish telling you. Me and this guy and the lady he was with, me and the guy were really talking about the Bible, but she was hearing. She was being an observer. She might have known what we were talking about, but maybe not. So she was learning just as me and him were talking. So anyway, when I checked my oil, it was low. So I had to go back into Walmart and buy a quart of oil. So that was $4.77. So even though I returned the cookies, I bought the oil, so it kind of canceled out. You know, I was up $5. I saved $5 because I returned the cookies. So anyway, I walked around Walmart a little bit. I didn't come right out. But I got to eat my ice cream before I went in to get the oil. So, but it was still melted because from the time I was talking to the guy and checking my oil and whatnot, and then having to close the hood to come in and eat my ice cream, it was melted. My head hurts. Now I'm going to have to take some medicine. I'm going to take me a shower. So I got to go in and get my ice. Maybe a soda. I don't know. Maybe not a soda. My headache is going away. But I'm thirsty. So I think my salt level might have been low. Maybe my salt was low. Because my headache went away. So maybe it wasn't my sugar level. It was my salt. Or maybe my sugar level was high and my salt level leveled it out. I don't know. But anyway, it's good now. My heart isn't beating fast. I'm not stressed out. But I'm thirsty, dehydrated. My nose is clogged. And I need to take a shower. I need to clean out my car. I need to clean my dishes so I could eat my chicken that I got today. Or last night, rather. I got it last night. So it's a day passed by already. I need to go to Dollar Tree. I need barbecue sauce. And because I need to split that chicken in half in 2 containers. I want to make one meal of barbecue and pineapple on a grinder roll. Then the other one I'm going to make some pasta with chicken, peppers, and onion and all that. I gotta I'm healing, so I might be able to use the massage bed. Maybe this week, one of these days this week, because I'm healing up. So once I get this all under control, all the sores and the infection, then I could treat my body from head to toe with the cream, being that I have enough of the medicine to do that once, because I'm going to need to use at least a tube of the cream to treat this. But I won't have enough to treat my body head to toe, because this cream is not a very strong version. It's the brand, it's the no name, it's the generic. It's not the brand name. The brand name is Quell, or what's the other word? There's different versions of it, but the brand name is called Quell, and I believe it has the same ingredient, but it's a higher percentage of it. This is like a 5. I think the Quell is 10%, I think. Or if this is a 0.5. I think this may be a 0.5. Yeah, it's a 0.5 because it's 5 milligrams. So I think the other one is 1%. Or is it? No, this is 1%. The Quell is 5%. Let me think. I'm losing my mind here. Okay, no, this is 5%. See, it's 5% permethrin. Okay, but because I have a very strong, resistant, chronic, constant infection for 30 years, or infestation, if I use this one, I need to do it 3 times. Every 3 or 4 days, I need to do it again. And I need a full tube. But if I use this is a half a tube. I need to use that to treat my skin and my neck for 3 days to heal this infection that I got. Okay? Now, I need to use the other tube for my whole body, from head to toe. But the problem is, I'll treat myself, but I'm going to get reinfested because it's in my seats. It's in my clothing. It's in the dirt that they blow in here with the landscapers and with whatever. So all of that work that I do is for nothing. And then this could give me cancer. It doesn't say that on this, but on the pamphlet of information that comes in the package, it does. This doesn't say. But if you read the pamphlet of information, it'll tell you that it's cancerous and that it could cause birth defects, that it could cause cancer. That's why God doesn't let me use it. He's controlling the amount of suffering. There'll be some times where I get a really bad, because that's where he's punishing me a whole lot because of the condition. He's controlling it to where it doesn't do me, that it doesn't take my life. But it really is. It's really taking my life slowly. It may not be taking it quickly, but it's taking it slowly. Because by me with these mites in my skin, it could cause a blood infection. It could cause the bacteria to go into my blood that is caused by the infection I get from them, because they're dirty. They poop on your skin and you get allergic reactions, and that's what these are. These are allergic reactions where they embed in under the skin. They crawl under the skin, but if they're there for a long time, and I think they're pimples, and I don't touch them, and then I don't put the medicine on, the poop continues to mess with my skin, and then it becomes a sore, infected, and then I pick at it and pick at it and pick at it, and by that time there's thousands and thousands of eggs that it shits out in my skin. That's why that whole thing was infected. and then it went into my head, into my scalp. And that's why you see this starting to thin out. And then I had to shave this part to equal out this part, which I shouldn't have done, but... And I didn't even do that correctly because I should be shaving this whole thing, but I don't want to. So I'm keeping that because I still have some there, but it's not as thick as that, you see? Because I started to shave some of that. So this used to be long. It was growing. But because they made me get buggies when the lady in the gym, she was a customer. She was one of the lesbians that was doing another lesbian in the shower. They had her come back and act like she had to use the blow dryer, but she really didn't. So what she did was, while I was going about my business and I took my focus off of her, she threw the dust on me. And it affected, because she was on this side of me. So that's why I got all broke out on this side again, because she was on this side of me. So, that's all right. That's okay. Because that's how the curse comes off of me, and it goes on to other people. See, that's how it breaks off of me. God uses other people as a sacrifice, just like the world sacrificed me. So it'll, you people don't understand what the devil is using you for. It's okay by me because it'll break the curse off me. By everybody else being sent to do me wrong, and then I know they're sent to do me wrong, because they were sent my way to poison my clothes, to infest my bag of clothes. Okay? Because they thought I was going to leave my gym bag inside the dressing stall. I kept it right by my shower, so I could see. I leave the shower curtain open, and I could see if they zip it or unzip it, and so they won't dare do that, knowing I'm right there. So they weren't able to infest my bag of. They might have still poisoned my bag and infested it, but it takes time to get into my clothes. So I'm gonna wash that bag, and it'll have to, it'll take another time before God sends the devil to do his work for him. See, God sends the devils to do his work for them, whether you are of God or of the devil. And that's how God tests his children, to say, okay, are you of God's children? Are you of my child, or are you of the devil's children? And that's how he knows who is who. That's him separating the waters. He's going to put the filthy water on one side, and he's going to put the clean on one side. And then he's going to boom and take away the bad side and leave only the good side. But then there's still people that are not totally cleansed on the clean side. So he still has to do his work and go level by level. But it's up to those that are on the clean side to bring everybody else up to one level, to one accord, so none of us fall into the devil's traps again. And that means jealousy, hate, vengeance, whatever it may be. But God's got to level the land so everybody could be even. And he's going to take out those who tried to overpower the other, or to overtake the other. If you can't live amongst others, he's going to rebuke you. Okay? He's not out to make one race survive. Okay? So if your mindset is to say, okay, we got this, we're going to get them, we're going to overtake them, we're going to win, we're going to beat them to the finish. No, that's not what God's plan is. I'm not saying no more. That's as far as I'm going. So anyway, I put in oil. It's okay now. It's in the middle of the word safe on the dipstick. My car's stopped idling quite a bit. It's not idling as, not loud, but it doesn't have the same sound. The idling wasn't rough, but there's something. I either need a tune-up, the spark plugs, the cylinders, the coils, whatever, or my, what's the other thing? Something else, I can't remember. The timing chain, I changed the thermostat housing, which was easy. I could have fucking done that. I could have fucking replaced that. But I would have had to buy the part. I would have had to buy the tools needed. I would have had to buy a stool. And I didn't want to break anything because I don't know how to remove and replace things, because I wasn't taught. And I don't want to damage anything else that I can't afford to fix, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have the money to fix any more mistakes if I may ruin or damage something in the process of replacing something. So, like, I don't want to just clean my sensors. I want to replace them all. But I want to replace them with the good ones. I don't want to replace the good one with a cheaper one that's going to break down in a year or two. So, but I have another plan. So I have another plan, which I really don't, that's not really my plan. I really want to save this car, but it's so damaged. I'm going to have to do a rebuilt title because I have to have work done to it. I have to have the body work changed and resoldered, and I might just have to put it to rest. I might have to give this car up and just get another model of the same car if I find one somewhere around, which there are a couple for sale. But I'm not going to buy, I don't mind buying another one, but I need to know that I'm going to be able to get the parts to be able to keep the car. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays the parts only last up to 75, 80,000 to 100,000 miles. And the cars that are being sold now are already at 100 to 120 something thousand, 130 or more. But I don't have access to the parts because with this car they're telling me they don't make the parts for it anymore. But how can you do that when there's so many still in operation? That's a bunch of bullshit. Because ever since I bought the control panel for the lock, the door locks and the windows and the mirrors, they said they weren't making them anymore. But I've seen them online. So that was a bunch of bullshit. That was just God telling me, trying to dupe me, trying to pull a fast one on me. But I already knew that was a lie. But I knew that by the time I got blessed or made it out of my punishment, I knew that this car was going to be in bad shape. Because I knew that their goal was to make me not keep this car. And the only way, I don't even want to get rid of it, but because it's got bugs, and I'd have to take all the carpet and the headliner and the seats, I'd have to take it all out and clean it, replace the carpet. But the thing is, and I'd have to clean it, make sure the bugs are gone. And not only that, but the dashboard, I'd have to take the dashboard apart. So instead of going through all that work, it's easier to just get another car. But the thing is, I don't need another car and have to go through the same shit again with that car. I want a car where I don't have to worry about fixing it, just maintaining it. Because people that are paying for cars or financing them, they don't take care of them. They just run them to the ground. And then they sell them off for somebody else to have to take care of. Now, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing what my mom did to Richie. I took on this car with a whole bunch of problems. And it kept me in the same position, not being able to get from where I needed to be. Now, I wish I would have taken my son up on the offer of maybe getting into a new car. But I didn't want to I wouldn't have ruined his credit. The only way that would have happened is if the devil made me get into an accident and lose the car. And then I wouldn't have been able to finish paying off that car. So that's why I didn't want a new car. I wasn't in it for a new car. I just wanted something to get me to get a job so I could get a car on my own and a home on my own to be with my son. But it didn't work. And I didn't want my son to get a home and take me in. I couldn't live like that, because that's what my aunt did to my grandmother, because my grandmother couldn't take care of herself. So the devil was trying to make me be like my grandmother. My Uncle Paul, my mom's mom, and my aunt's mom. They were trying to make me be like my grandmother because she never worked in her life, except for during Christmas time. Okay? I didn't want to be her, but that's what God has made it come full circle, and he's making me be like my grandmother. I don't want to be like her. That's why they're trying to destroy as much of me as they can, so that when the transition takes place for me to be with my stalker, he could take me out easily and claim it to be of a natural death. I know the games. I know what's going on. I will never be with my stalker. I will never. That plan is totally annihilated, obliterated. That's not going to happen. So, right now, see, I'm talking because if I don't, they don't know I know what I know. They think that I don't know that they don't think I know. See where that saying comes in? That's that saying. If I don't speak up, they think I'm stupid. They think I don't know what's going on. Okay? I have to speak up to let them know what's going on so they know what level I'm at. So now they can up it and up their game and keep me from... But see, they don't know that I'm way past that already. You know that song, Waiting for a Star to Fall? In that, there's a verse or a line in there that says, I thought it all through. Okay? That's me. I thought it all through when I was growing up. So they think they're fooling me, but they're only fooling themselves while they think they're fooling me. And the only way they're fooling me is by keeping me from living. But they're not living because of what they're doing to me. What they're doing to me is happening to them. Because there's people that are attached to them that are assigned to take them out. Just like they do to me. Toodles. I'm done. Good night. Goodbye.